Galactic Federation of Light Update, March 15, 2016. 11 Ahau, 13 Se, 12 Manik. Selamat Jawa. The progress toward a mass global success moves ahead. Despite a series of procedural adjustments last week, the needed movement of funds continued. At present, the special historic bonds have been moved and accounted for. The world is ready for a new currency that is much more fairly accounted for, and truly represents the real value of each nation's economy. Added to this, there is the final worldwide movement of gold into secure depositories that makes it easy for every nation's currency to be gold-backed. This operation was somewhat held up as numerous security procedures had to be met and the gold properly secured. The ancient families and royals demanded that special operations agreed upon earlier were carried out as directed. These things are currently being done and special measures timing is in effect. This means that deliveries are in process, and soon funds are to be in accounts of those who were previously scheduled to receive these monies at the start of the various humanitarian projects. When this is accomplished, a number of other resources are also to be put into play. These fundings are to be the harbinger of new governance, and with that comes into view the end of the decades-long UFO cover-up. As these events move forward, the mass arrests of bankers and their political cronies are to vastly accelerate. The rise of Nasara in America is to shortly signal the growth of similar governance in Europe, Asia, and the Americas. This is to be what we call Gisara. In other words, new governance is spreading across this globe. Thus, the GCR is to be worldwide in scope, and, added to this, is to be the radical shift in banking to form a new financial system. This system is to foster an end to debt slavery and the start of a growing global prosperity. In addition, there are to be the lessons of the Ascended Masters while our present contact with surface humanity is to increase. You are growing in consciousness and becoming more aware of how this new realm is to formally function. You have a very important role to play in its success. It is vital that you use your growing time to become a key watchdog of what is happening all around you. It is your worldwide cooperation that is to be a substantial element in how this new realm operates. This reality is extremely interactive and exceptionally fragile. This realm needs your full assistance. This changing consciousness is of course the work of heaven and your guardian angels. Humanity cannot exist in the same reality that it easily lived in at the start of the 20th century. The world is no longer one worked so expertly by the Anunnaki and its grand councils. The minions as well found themselves at a loss to maintain their power and wealth. The Treaty of Anchara had in an instant altered the landscape of your section of this galaxy. Earth and its sun were now being readied for a new destiny, and the many who had enjoyed great power were to be removed from what they thought was an invincible position. This last decade has seen the rise of a series of various enlightened groups who are on the verge of great success. This success is to put each of you on the very precipice of a new reality. This reality is to permit you to meet your off-world ancestors and to finally complete a rebellion that started over 13 millennia ago during the last days of Atlantis. This rebellion is destined to restore you to the honored status of physical angel. We have watched this long struggle as impartial witnesses of heaven. Hence, we kept our interaction with you to a prescribed minimum. You are most ingenious and learned how best to obey and when to resist your acquired masters. Eventually, out of this controlled resistance, a band of wise ones emerged whom you call your Ascended Masters. Heaven sponsored this selected group of souls to care for and advise humanity. We have learned much about you from them. Their wisdom is immense and has become the playbook for our actions on your behalf. These sacred ones deeply love you. Their grace and mercy knows no bounds. They have told us how their many light-empowered sacred secret groups are readying this world for its new reality. These divine strategies are to bring you to the very edge of transformation. The final steps are to be handled by a joint partnership between the Agarthans, the Ascended Masters, and us. To this end, a vast set of crystal light chambers has been constructed throughout Agartha. A series of most amazing things are now on the verge of happening to you. Namaste. We are your ascended masters. Long ago, humanity was suddenly reduced to limited consciousness by a group of dastardly, dark Atlanteans. When Atlantis sank, humanity was left at the mercy of their predecessors, the Anunnaki. Being a rather rebellious group, humanity has lost a number of golden ages, and endured a long period of persecution. We masters joined you as sharers in this strange process. Heaven, which deeply loves you, created us over time to oversee and protect you during this truly dark period for humanity. Thus, our primary tasks from the beginning were to protect you, provide mercy when necessary, and closely follow the grace-filled edicts from heaven. This divine duty leads us now to the sacred point when heaven's great decrees are to manifest. These are to permit those much-needed alterations to this reality to take effect. In truth, a series of great consciousness and reality shifts are in effect. It is this operation that is changing this realm for the better. Our present task is to prepare you for the final aspects of the ascension process. At present, you have completed over one-half of what is needed. Due to various accelerations from heaven in the past year, the coming months promise to see a vast increase in ascension symptoms among you. The most concentrated signs are to be found in your head, neck, and upper chest. These things are being done to move your consciousness up a few giant pegs. The heart's nervous system needs to be readied for its alterations to come while you are in your crystal chamber. The brain requires a series of adjustments to not only bring in new chakras, but to increase as well its open communications with your greatly modified heart. These modifications can at times be quite painful. All of us are ready to aid and advise you on these matters. A time of wondrous change is ahead of you. Hosanna! Hosanna! As noted, these changes are part of those numerous events that are required by heaven. You are being returned to a gracious state of being. Each master had to complete a number of special acts over many lifetimes before heaven provided us with our ascension ceremony. This is a mass ascension, which is quite rare and comes after a long period of abuses and retributions from the Dark and its Anunnaki allies. These horrors are currently being reversed. What is additionally needed is your own participation in these acts of mercy and grace. Once done, you are to be ascended in joy by the special crystal chambers. When achieved, you are to bask in a light that you can barely imagine. Our divine task is to carefully watch over you, and specially bless each of you. Do not be hesitant. Heaven has readied a new reality for all and your children's children to reside in. This kingdom star nation of the new earth is your reward for what these coming aches and pains bring you. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Today we are near a special point in this grand march from slavery to freedom. This movement signals that you are at last in a great time of meaningful transition. Know this and stay positive and able to pass this growing inner joy on to others that you daily encounter. This reality is truly changing, and it is becoming the lamp of divine light that it formerly embodied. Know, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are indeed yours. So be it. Selamat Gajan. Selamat Ya, Syrian for be one. And be in joy. Channeled by Sheldon Neidl. www.paoweb.com